stream health. Well, let me tell you, YouTube, it's nice that that's green and not fucking red for a change, so that the stream will work. Lucky, please. If you want to leave, can you be a little less loud about it? Oh boy. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing well? All right, you guys wanna write my Facebook message with me? You guys are the first people into the stream, because you guys are up at 12 in the fucking morning, or at night. You know what I mean. Let's do a post, guys. It'll be cool. Let's do a Facebook post right now. We'll do it. It'll be totally cool. We'll post it right now. We'll post it right now. What do you guys want to write? What do you guys want to write? Tell me what to write. Tell me what you'd like to write, and I will do it right fucking now. 12:30 p.m. butt boy. Oh man. I was just about to go to KFC. Now you can't. Oh man. Fanta's cool. Christian is waifu for laifu. Alright, I like that. I'm gonna put that in there. Okay. Christian is waifu for laifu. I need something else. I need like a complete sentence, you know? Yo, 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 it's your boy Chris Chan. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's good. Tony sucks major balls at this hour, and I love it. And loves it. Look at me, I'm Nina, and I'm an edgy grill. I just want somebody to love me, that's why I gotta be edgy! No, it's pretty good, though. I mean, it's gotta be Christian related, though. That doesn't really tell the people that there's a Christian stream, though. I ate too much Thai, guys. Help, I'm gonna die. Dude, I ate like 4 Taco Bell quesadillas. You wanna talk about eating bad food? Tony just started watching your streams. What do you think will happen to Chris in 2017? One thing I will tell you. Good friendo. Time to do Christian shit now. That's more appropriate, my friend. You won. You won the thing that gets to put in there. Alright, so. One thing I can tell you, never try and guess what Christian's gonna do. You will never know. Quite honestly. Alright. There we go. Let's publish that. It says Christian is waifu for laifu. Yo yo yo, it's your boy Christian. Time to do Chris shit. That's good enough. That should give people a general idea of what's going on here. Alright. You guys ready? You guys ready? Let's do it.
Hello?
Hi, is this Chris?
Yeah, this is Christian Chandler. May I help you?
Hey Chris, this is Alec Benson Leary again. How are you?
Oh. I would especially
What is that background sound?
But anyway,
I actually did try to call at 9:30. It didn't get an answer, so I thought I'd try again. You're kind of a difficult man to get a hold of, Chris.
Tony called me cool.
All right.
When did I call you cool?
A few minutes, so let's try not to belabor
How was New
it.
Year's, Tony? It was lovely. I had a lovely New Year's.
Don't want to drag anything out. Well, first I'll ask you if you have anything.
Tony, the call is a bit low. Seriously? That shit's so loud on my screen. Is it really? Alright, let me...
Specific you want to bring up.
Wow,
I
it
know
is.
You had
Okay.
to go, kind of abruptly last time, and I thought maybe
There you
was a
go.
point you didn't get to or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony never
go
pays
ahead
me in
with
gum.
Um. Well, first off, I have gone to Wikipedia recently. It's the ads.
What is that background sound? What is that? Does anybody... What is that sound? What is that sound?
Okay. You want to go ahead with that?
Well, first off,
Is that Family Guy? Is that Family Guy in the background?
well, first off,
No, that's the Cleveland Show.
Ahead with that?
Fuck me if that's not the Cleveland Show.
well, first off,
God damn it.
I have gone to
Tony, why have you stopped loving me? I thought I was your favorite.
Are
If you guys ever
the
think that you're my
side,
favorite, the answer is yes,
they
because
are
all
more
of you
a
are my favorite.
mockery towards me now, and I do not
Oh,
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Mao is kind
Jesus.
of well, he's got a little bit of a temper, you know. He's just kind of mad about this whole you know, the mailbag situation.
The
you know,
mailbag.
emails getting deleted and all that sort of thing.
Chris
You know,
Chris had a
I saw
mailbag,
in, one
which
of your
he would
mailbags that you
alter
said
the
that
emails
I
that he was
delete
given,
or modify a lot
or
of
he would
those
just
emails.
not
I don't know
read
where
them.
You got that impression? Actually, I don't do that.
If you guys are wondering what he means by that.
You know, I try to answer every.
I'm here to
email I
sleep
get
to your gorgeous
thoughtfully
voice
and
because I'm tired.
fully.
Well then, get ready for the hottest shit you've ever heard,
It's probably easier
boy.
for you because you're
Let
not
me
as
serenade you
mean
with
and
my
cruel
sensual
and condescending as
voice!
the ones I've been getting.
Alright.
Have you been getting a lot of mean ones that don't go into the mailbag?
Honestly, honey, I'm Probs, his
I
least
mean,
favorite.
they
I
do get
pester
kind
him
of,
and flirt with
critical
him
at
too
times,
much.
but
You
I
call
don't know, it
this
seems like they've
flirting?
been- They just kind of want to.
This ain't flirty fresh. Not even close.
Yeah, but I wish they wouldn't have to go so critical.
Oh shit, who
What do you mean,
subscribed?
Like, what are some of the things that you found just kind of crossed the line?
I'll never know.
Like they talk about copyright issues.
Don Millam subscribed. Oh shit.
Well, that is kind of an important issue. I mean,
that.
you know, yeah, I know. I noticed
I have my own copyright registration. That slip of paper I got from the Virginia Library of Congress.
Yeah, I
yeah.
noticed one of the copyright-related emails was.
That doesn't actually work,
if,
Chris.
They could see, you know, just some letter or some evidence that Sega and Nintendo gave you, you know, permission to go with Sonic and Pikachu and that kind of stuff for Sonic 2's origin story. You know, I think if you provided those, that would silence those kind of emails right away.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have copyright of Sonic 2, but you would still need to show Nintendo's permission to publish it. You know what I mean?
Chris does not know what you mean, actually, Alec.
Yeah,
Make use of Pikachu in the origin story.
Because that would mean sense. You know,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Chris is
Yeah,
lying out of
I
his
think that would
ass.
be a good idea
He doesn't have
to
shit.
show,
Oh no, he does. Let me pull up a picture of that, actually. Oh no, he does. Chris Chan. Yeah, let's just pull up a picture of that. Red letter, quick certified day. Here we go. Yeah, so if you're wondering what this is, let's zoom in on this. This certificate, issued under the seal of the Copyright Office in accordance with Title 17 United States Code, attests that registration has been made for the work identified below. The information on this certificate has been made a part of the Copyright Office records. Mary Beth Peters, Register of Copyrights, United States of America, yada yada. So what is this? What is this paper? What does it mean? What does this paper mean? It means that Chris has a copyright paper that says he's copyrighted Sonichu. Now, Chris thinks that this paper means that he owns everything Sonichu related, and that he can put it wherever he wants, and it doesn't matter, and he can do whatever he wants with Sonichu, and it doesn't matter that everything in it is plagiarism. So, essentially, he thinks that's what this paper gives him. He thinks that it gives him this ability. At the end of the day, this paper means jack shit. This paper means nothing. This paper, as Sega of my house says right now, that paper will never hold up in a real court. That is correct. If Nintendo was to come over to Chris with a cease and desist that says, hey, stop this, you're using you're using Pikachu, you shit, he would have to. Because holding up this paper is not enough. That is not enough at all. I've been binge watching your stream. I'm glad. Tons of people have been binge watching them. I know I haven't been streaming lately because it's Christmas and New Year's. Very busy time. So, now it's time for Chris Chan, boys. So yes, this wouldn't hold up. Essentially, it's worthless. I don't remember the exact technicals of what that paper actually means, because I read up on it a while ago and I honestly can't quite remember. What you need to know that's important is that that paper doesn't mean anything at all. As much as Chris likes to say that it means something, it does not.
Shut off that line of questioning right away.
Yeah, but then there's also this
This is my first stream. Well, welcome, Jeremy Williams.
And other topics. I can't remember off the top of my
Tony,
head,
what are you going to do for a
yeah,
5,000 subscriber special? Well, I can't tell you that.
The accusations
I can
of
tell you
Rose
it's
too was a
JoJo
lie.
related, but I can't tell you.
That was kind of a big thing.
It's a
wasn't it?
secret.
People are going after
But
that now.
I mean, yeah, definitely before the rainbow strike. I mean, the point where that writes you, that female writes you, is within the rainbow. That would be after the rainbow strikes that writes you. And with
Chris,
the
what
power
the
of
fuck does that
the
mean?
power of the
King
chaotic
Sin, do you remember
rainbow,
me? Of course I do. I remember
Well,
all
you
of
know,
my children.
It would put
Welcome
the point-
back.
It would add the point to the end of that tale. Whereas in the two panels that preceded it,
Ooh.
the tail was definitely
Edgy
dull
boys.
on the end.
Well, you know, as far as I know, the original comic does have a pointy tail, like a male has, and that's still on the website, isn't it?
I think I've talked about this. What
You
they're
know,
talking about here,
One thing I thought about was
what is
Well,
happening here
actually,
is that he's telling Chris that
didn't really Nintendo didn't do that until well after you created
I
Sonic.
think he's
So,
going to sum it up for me right here, actually.
I mean, I just don't get why you didn't go with that. That would have been a good explanation, but instead you kind of lied to your fans.
Tony, what's my name? It's Irish
What do you
Cream,
mean
bud.
lie? I did not lie. I mean, you look at the two pictures before the
Irish Cream, the
rainbow
creamiest
hit,
of Irishes.
the tail is dull. on the
Silly boy.
front.
If you guys are
Yeah.
curious what the background of
Oh.
these particular calls
Well, I
are,
see that in your
I think I
previous,
gave a pretty basic
product.
explanation in the last stream. This is call number
Well,
2,
the
as you can see on the
original comic,
screen.
he had a pointy
I did
tail.
call number 1 in episode 30, which is a little bit of a shorter stream that I did, so...
Look,
If you want to know what's
outside
happening
of the-
here,
that-
it's pretty
that's
much just
the
a
line that
follow-up
went
on
outside
that.
of the square. Whatever goes
Nothing
outside the
too
square does not
new
necessarily
pops up here,
count.
really.
It doesn't look like it goes like outside of the panel here, but I mean, you know, I don't really know. I mean, I know that you don't. You probably should have corrected that mistake, but you left it in. I mean,
Huh.
I'm just trying to. I mean,
Oh,
I'm just trying to push this thing again.
Alec, you silly boy.
It's kinda
Chris
sucks
doesn't
because
correct
this is like-
mistakes.
Point of
That's not what he does.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll
Please,
say, you know,
just say
another
my
thing,
name.
I've actually
says
found,
Starman
I actually
Deluxe.
found a forum of my loyal
Tony, what's
fans,
my
and
name?
I have just read some of their posts.
Boys, your names are
about
on the
ads
screen.
that have been placed on the Wikipedia, and they really don't like them either.
I think it's personally kind of difficult to comment on the Alec calls, if only because Alec is completely logical in everything that he's saying. Like, I can comment on you know, Blue Spike because he's being a little shithead. I can talk about that. But it's hard to talk about what Alec is doing here, because once you give the basic overview of what he's doing, and why he's calling Chris,
but it's really his area.
you know,
Mao's kind of the boss of the ads. I'm just kind
It's
of
kinda-
genius, you know. Mao
it's
does
kind of hard to
his
talk
thing.
about it. He just sort of talks for his own,
Yeah, and I
you know,
definitely
for himself.
appreciate that drawing of me in a diaper, and then just copying and pasting my signature to that. That's just wrong.
Well, you know, I noticed that even after our last talk, you continued referring to Aspertu as Mitch.
Mitch.
I mean, I kind of thought we had that cleared away. But,
Yeah, I mentioned it
you know,
before,
with
but
Aspertu.
basically these calls are a lot
Yeah,
of
but
Alec
it's my
giving
original
Chris
page.
very clear
Yeah, maybe
instructions.
so, but still.
Will we be
But
showing the interview with Larry Bundy Jr.? We will not be showing Larry's. We will
You know,
not be
it's not
showing
true,
his
right?
stuff. That is
Aspertu is
his
not the
interview. That's his content.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, but still think about this.
I will pull that up actually for those of you who have not seen it. That's his stuff. That's not mine. I am not going to show it, but I would highly recommend taking a look at this. It's really funny. So this is Larry and Larry Bundy Jr. I don't know all that much about him, so I can't give you guys a history on this guy. All I know is that he was, or still is, part of Channel Awesome. Not quite sure. Guru Larry. He did an interview of Chris way back in the day. Jesus Christ. I don't know what it was done on. I don't think it's Skype. I think it's PlayStation Network interview. And really, I think you should check it out. It's really interesting. You can see how difficult it is for him to get any sort of answer out of Chris. Basically, if he asks Chris a question, Chris will not answer the question, or he'll just, like, you just see him here, he's just like, fuck. I think at one point he puts his finger to his head like he just wants to shoot himself, which I thought is hilarious. Yeah, so Chris will not answer questions. He tried really hard to get Chris to say anything that he wanted, but Chris would not answer a question legitimately. He would just talk about Little Big Planet, essentially. That's really all he would do. And I really think it's worth checking out. The funny thing is, let me pull this up. Bulk and Skull theme. So, this is the Bulk and Skull theme. So yeah, Bulk and Skull were the two villains in Power Rangers. Holy shit, why is he dressed like Jotaro? What's up with the hat and jacket? Like, relax. Anyway, so Larry was, of course, you know, being cheeky in his interview with Chris. And he used this theme as an intro for Chris. And Chris sent him an email and he was like, "Listen, Larry, you fuckboy, I'm not going to do an interview with you if you fucking use Bulk and Skull theme because it makes me look like a fucking asshole." So Larry was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to," because the interview was cut up into parts and every part would begin with this theme. So Chris told him, "You gotta use a song and I gotta pick it." And Larry's like, "Okay, what is it?" And Chris sends him, he says, "Use the audio of me singing I'm Holding Out for a Hero," I think it was. No. Was it Dare? I think it was Dare. So then all of Larry's interviews after that had to use fucking Chris's audio, which is hilarious. But yeah, please check it out. I will not be showing that here. It is not my content. It is Larry's. Please look at it. It is good. Very well done. Very well done.
Gave him the condition of Asperger's.
I'm millennial trash. I apologize.
Oh, that's
it's okay,
another
bud.
thing.
I'm here to educate.
I think you thought that I gave everyone that appeared on my comic.
Triggered by Bulk and Skull. That's exactly it, yeah.
To see just that.
Gorillas Dare? No, Dare. Fuck. What's it?
Anyway, still.
No, is it not called Dare?
You can understand.
Is it called Jump?
Asperger's and
No, it's the one where Chris goes, "Dare, believe you can't survive. In the future in your head." Like that one? No, that's not Dare, but I always call it that because that's just what Chris says. That's like the loudest thing he screams in the song.
Conditions, we want to be treated as equal individuals.
Well, that's certainly true. But how do you think I've been portraying Asper 2 as being treated?
Because try put yourself in the shoes of your Asper 2. Not only would you want to be treated as an
I would like you guys to acknowledge something.
That's how I portray him.
While Chris is talking about, think about how Mitch Sonichu feels. Now, Chris actually believes that cartoon characters are real. He believes that cartoon characters exist in an alternate reality. Kind of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think I mentioned this before. I'm going to mention it again, so I want you guys to keep that in mind. Tony only likes me because I give him money to like me. Hey man, it's your money. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. So Chris believes that cartoons are real. So when he says "put yourself in the shoes of a cartoon character," and Alec responds with, "I wrote him. I know what he feels," Chris is like, "Nah, you don't know shit because he's real, and you know, fuck you."
All good characters have character flaws.
There you go. All good characters have character flaws. Sonichus don't have character flaws other than fucking existing.
Characters don't always live the happiest lives in fiction, but that's part of what makes good fiction.
Yeah. But still, with that, think about it.
Oh man.
What if your parents had named you Asper? Because they were good, like as if they could foretell you had Asperger. You would have Asperger's.
Well,
but you would not want that. But if we were being treated, wanting to be treated as an equal in society.
Tony, are you implying my waifus aren't real?
Asper, because that emphasizes the mental condition
it's
you
like
have.
telling a kid that Santa Claus isn't real.
That's part of the.
Sorry, your waifus. They just.
Asper 2 has things weighing him down. He has, curses and.
You know why they're not real? Because your waifus are trash, and they're not worthy of being called waifus. In reality, they're just garbage.
And he has to work to overcome those.
If you had a waifu that was good, then it would be real.
A character that's just all powerful and perfect in every way and has no real problems ever, would you? That'd be kind of boring. complex characters.
I believe
have problems.
I saw one YouTuber who believed he married and fucked Cream the Rabbit.
It takes
Bud.
time, too,
What the
to
fuck?
overcome a serious problem. I mean, like, you just renamed a
Jesus.
bitch. I mean, that wouldn't do it. You know, you can't just go in and snap your fingers and just wave the problem away. And I mean, one, that's not realistic, and two,
Can I hear that one more time?
time too to overcome a serious problem. I mean, like, you just renamed him Mitch. I mean, that wouldn't do it. You know, you can't just go in and snap your fingers and just wave the problem away. And I mean, one, that's not realistic, and two, that doesn't make for a good.
A lot of what Alec
I mean,
does
all
here
that
in these
trauma
calls
you're
is
building up,
telling
you know,
Chris
readers wouldn't really like that if you just kind of
what is
hand-waved it.
bad in his comic by way of telling him how not to do something.
Think about
He says that characters need flaws. He says things that characters should have, things that stories should have, things that Chris does not have. And Chris doesn't register that maybe he lacks these things. Because to him, his work is perfect and it's really interesting. Tony, notice me! Honey, I noticed that you changed your profile picture a while ago. I don't like change. I don't like things that are different.
Change his name to something like Mitch.
But the thing there
Makes me sad.
is, Asperchu is not outside my control because it's a comic, and I am the creator and, you know,
Yes, Alec,
manager
because
of
that's
the-
how that shit
his comic
works.
universe.
But Chris doesn't seem to
as-
get that.
As his creator, I decide what Asperchu wants and what he doesn't want.
You made it to the stream. Yeah, you did, bud.
I mean, don't you think?
Fairly. Have you ever watched the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes, I have. It was a good movie.
Yeah, you got the whole Toon world there. And within that, it was...
Tony, I'm gonna make fan art of replacing Josuke's mom with you. Do it, I fucking dare you.
Published or unpublished.
I am Skeletor from your server. You're not Skeletor from my server. You're Skeletor from my channel that then went to my server.
He would be with his
Silly boy.
thoughts that she gave him an adult attitude. Within his individual thoughts, he would hate that having the name of Asperchu.
Isn't that hilarious?
His mental.
Did you hear that? Chris says your character would hate being called this. Your character would hate this. Like Chris knows what this fucking other guy's character, you know, thinks. What this other guy's character feels, you know. How much of an asshole do you have to be to go up to someone else who has created something and tell them you don't know shit about your character? You know?
You know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That
Like,
was still a movie.
You don't go. You just like don't go up to people and do that. If their character seems to be acting out of character from an established sort of thing, like if Goku all of a sudden stopped eating food because he hates food, I'd be like, you know, that's not right, because it's established how he's supposed to act. Mitch has already been established. Asperchu has been established by Alec Benson Leary to act a certain way because he fucking wrote him that way. Instead, Chris says, no, he feels this. You don't fucking understand. This call is like, fuck, it's like the people from my college who have like shitty Tumblr accounts where they're like, I am this character. I am actually Steven Universe himself. I am John Universe himself.
Whatever I write.
John.
Here's a question.
The fuck is one of the Steven Universe?
Okay, so
fuck.
if you think a character
Pearl? Is that a character? Yeah, Pearl. I remember Chris said something about a character named Pearl. So I was like, this is like people who say like, I'm actually Pearl, and you know. And you don't understand shit because I'm the character, and I like that's Chris.
Those are a species, right?
Has Goku died the most?
He was the first
I couldn't tell you honestly. It's probably. I think Vegeta's died more. Has Vegeta died more? He's like almost died more. Carl Universe, yeah, John Universe himself.
With their name on their own. They did not need a nickname to go with that.
Okay, but Chris, if you're a human being, would you be comfortable just being named human, or man? I mean, would you be comfortable if the name Christian Weston Chandler, you know, didn't exist and you were just called man or person or something? I mean, you know, Homo sapiens. If someone calls you Homo sapiens.
Isn't that great?
Yes, but
Isn't that great? Alright, so in Pokemon, Ash calls Pikachu, Pikachu. And he calls Charmander, Charmander, etc., etc. He does this because Pokemon are kind of like pets that are just a bit more intense than what we got here in non-Pokemon world. Alright. Now, Chris tries to say that his comic is a lot like Pokemon mixed with Sonic, you know? He says all the time that it takes place in, like, the Pokemon world and Sonic mixed together. And what's funny is that this is one of... There's not many examples, I don't think, that I could find in the calls where or just, like, in general, where people will tell Chris. I'm sure there is if I went looking, but it's here right now, so we can talk about it. Where he says, no, Chris, that's not really what you're doing. Like, you have Sonichu not acting... He did it in the last call a lot. He says, you don't have Sonichu acting like a Pokemon. You have him acting like a person, you know? You have him acting like a regular person. He lives in a house. But you have him called Sonichu, which doesn't make any fucking sense because that's the equivalent of calling a human human. You know? It's like going up to your friend and be like, hey, human. Hey, male. Hey, female. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's such a small detail about Chris and his work in general. But I think it's very interesting. Just to, you know.
I actually had parents who gave me that name. Came in,
I think it's an interesting thing to consider that Chris just completely drops the Pokemon everything.
Within the comic, Christian Weston Chandler is Sonic.
To do that.
Father, right?
So.
I mean, why wouldn't your cartoon?
Chris's reasoning is that he says that Sonichu and Roschu were the first to be discovered, so the species was named after them.
Okay,
but then he retcons that like all over the fucking place. It's insane.
Basically real. I mean, so shouldn't the cartoon version?
Chris doesn't fap because his bent dick makes it painful to fap. Yeah,
your child.
I don't know what it is now, but we do have on record that Chris said he only fapped once a week. I believe on a weekend. I think he said it was on Saturdays. What if it was Saturdays at 9? That'd be hilarious. What if he faps? What if he's fapping right now? For all you ladies out there, could you just, I don't know, you know, just anybody really.
I don't think that Asperchu feels left out, because...
Could you just imagine, right now, while you're awake, watching this stream, that Chris is out there, jacking his ding dong, thinking of you and how beautiful you are. I fap daily, is that too much? That's a question you gotta ask yourself, man.
Let's say actually conceive a child with your girlfriend.
I don't want to imagine Chris fapping.
Then you would,
oh, man.
feel that he actually owned that child, even after he had
you know,
from being a baby.
It's funny because, like,
late teenage years,
it's not like your hand isn't gonna go up and down, you know, like with Chris. Like, if you're gonna give Chris a handy J, you know, behind the Denny's, you can't go up and down with your hand. You gotta like loop it, you know, like you're gripping a sink.
Right, they're not the same.
You know, it's like a kitchen sink. It's because it's bent.
Children are real, and children are not.
That must be so awkward. Oh my god.
Love and support it needed.
Jesus Christ. How would you even do that?
He or she.
How would you not bend it more? I feel bad. Like that guy who got his dick bent by a Bella Anderson, he has to do the same thing. Chris was destined to fraught with the guy who got his dick bent in half by a Bella Anderson. If you guys don't know who that is, Bella Anderson is a porn actress, and she was riding a guy's dick in a video. It legitimately makes me cringe super hard. She's riding his dick, and she goes down on him, and just fucking crushes his dick with her vagina. Like, she just like straight bends it, and you're just like, ah! Like it just, like it's fully erect, and it just fucking, like. All they needed to do was just add like a fucking snap sound effect. Oh god, it's horrible.
That's a moot point.
Link, Tony. Oh man, I don't fap till marriage. Jonas Brothers would be proud.
Chris, you have told me that you think that a comic character is fundamentally as much of a person as a real human being. That is the naive thought.
That is the naive thought.
I'm the writer. I'm like the god of the Asperchu world. I decide what goes on in Asperchu's world. I decide who and what.
How fat did she have to be to cause that damage?
Which he doesn't.
She's not.
When I put the pen down, Asperchu stops being there. I mean, nothing exists in Astro 2's world that I haven't drawn.
This is here. Let me pull up a picture. We can look at this instead of the Chris call. This is Isabella Anderson, and she fucking snapped this guy's dick in half. She was writing him, and she snapped his dick in half. She just went. She was like, "Holy shit."
I kind of want to ask you about. I'm actually getting some letters about Sonichu, about why you're not updating daily, and I was kind of curious about that.
Well, for your information, I am updating
Woof, says
daily.
Brandon.
I draw my 2 pages.
The hell are those shorts? That was not a pair of shorts, bud.
I can't help it if I can't.
That was
I don't
an
have
illusion.
access to my computer,
What a way to go.
Get to it right away. Besides which, my biological clock has been fickle on me. It's been making me fall asleep earlier.
I bet they're fake. Oh, the boobs?
Okay, well, I understand.
Absolutely, honey senpai. You are correct. You called it.
My schedule and get back in a synchronized routine like I would be.
Maybe we could get an alarm clock. You know, I'm just kind of.
One problem for those of you, I know a couple of you said you're millennials out there. But let me tell you, as you're getting older and you plan on having children, here's an actual real problem that will happen with children. Is that when children go to school, they have to get up at a certain time. I only fapped pictures of Tony, I appreciate that. So they gotta get up at a certain time, and they're on a set schedule. They go to school for a set time, they go home, they have to go to sleep at a certain time so that they can wake up and do this schedule. Now, when a kid goes into summer vacation, what will happen is that they will get off of a sleep schedule, and it'll fuck their whole everything up. They'll stay up until 4 in the morning every day, not go to bed until then, and then sleep in until like 3. Like, it'll fuck everything. Those of you who are in college right now can probably say that this has happened to you. This is a thing that happens. As an adult, you learn to deal with it. An adult will adjust because you gotta get up to go to work, or you gotta get up just to be a functioning human being. Unless, of course, you do something like, you know, work at, UPS or something, and your job is like at midnight, you know? Like, if your sleep schedule is because, like, you go to bed at 1 in the morning because you work super late, then that's understandable. But most people have a set sleep schedule, and most adults can adjust to this. Now, Chris is saying that this is not his fault. Chris blames his sleep schedule on his internal clock, which is fucking ridiculous. It is.
I know it takes, what, like an hour to do each page? Is that...
It takes like
I would kind of guess
3 days for me to adjust if I'm off my sleep schedule, right? Like if I fuck it up, it takes me like 3 days maybe to fix it. Chris is never on a good sleep schedule. He's fucked, and he blames it on everything around him. This is one of the reasons it's hard for people to get a hold of Chris for interviews, because Chris is up at like 4 in the morning, and everybody else is fucking sleeping like a normal adult. Tony, why do you think Chris stopped doing Sonichu? That's... Ooh.
Did Photoshop work with your pages? What do you
Because it's too much work. Because it's too much work, bud. Same reason he stopped doing the amiibos. It's too much work. There's a lot of reasons for it, but being too much work, I think, is one of the main things that stops him from doing it now. It's a lot easier to just beg for e-money than it is for him to actually do something for it. I'm talking about right now, why he's not doing it right now. It's because he can just easily get money from just begging for it.
My creative process, but it sounds like
I've been binge watching your Christian streams, and I'm glad I made it to a live stream. I'm glad you made it too.
That's fine. I mean, digital media is where the art world is going. But
yeah. Alec does his comic digitally. He draws it on a tablet. And Chris complains that Alec's work is blocky and shitty and bad because it's done digitally and not hand-drawn like Chris. Chris says that his has personality and charm because it's hand-drawn, as opposed to it looking like hot garbage.
Well, it just seems a little hypocritical that you do use Photoshop in the creative process, but you criticize me for it. I mean, don't you think?
No, actually what I thought is that you skip the hand drawing and you draw everything on your Photoshop with the computer mouse.
Well,
with the
here's what I
computer
do.
mouse.
I do sometimes draw the pages on paper. I'm kind of trying to show.
I only fap to Tony's sweet ad and dick and face. You know what? I break into his dorm and fap over him, and I don't clean up the mess.
What I do,
What's that? You only fap to ads?
Basically the same thing.
Let me help you out, bud.
What I draw just goes right onto the computer screen. So I don't use a mouse.
Oh man, why do I do that?
It's the same.
Okay, but still, it's crappy compared to mine. Even my mother agrees.
Oh,
You guys are wondering, there's a little button
That's a little insulting.
right on my
What do you
right
mean
on my
crap?
YouTube here, and I can
I mean,
click
my
it and it'll
mother
just play an
says
ad.
the comic is, the most
I can just play an ad
too,
for people if I
I kinda think
want.
that's just because she's a supportive mother.
And I never click it because why would I do
Mothers are
that?
supposed to support their children.
But I mean, he asked, so
And
There
I
you
have,
go.
I have got 20,000 fans now that love it too. None of
it's
them
really
are-
funny. Like Alec
none
could
of them
honestly
are
just
really
pull those
good.
numbers out of his ass. He could just say to Chris, "Oh, I've got 3 million people as fans. I don't know,
I get complimented on my art.
I don't know what you're doing."
I mean, it's okay to disagree. I'm curious why you think it's crappy.
Triple dog dare you, Tony? How dare you?
Because it's computer drawn. It's not
Tony, that
originally
penis breaking
hand-drawn.
thing made me hurt.
Just
I know, right?
Hand drawn. It's hand drawn on the tablet. What do you mean?
Adblock Plus is a wonderful plugin for your browser. No, man. Adblock Plus, not that great. Gotta get uBlock Origin. uBlock Origin, top tier. It's good.
So because I don't have like smudge marks on my paper, is that what you mean? That was another reason I went into the tablet, because I got a lot of smudge marks on my paper when I was doing that, and then I had to, spend extra time erasing it. Okay, by comparison, could I say that our car is not, true original transportation because, people should be using old-fashioned horses?
That's not the best
You use
example
Photoshop
I
or
would have
whatever.
used. Like,
We're
Alec's
one and the
example
same.
there, I would not have used something like that. But it's pretty good. He's honestly right.
And-
Like,
and
Chris
again,
complaining that what's in
I
the
just
future
don't
is
see
bad.
why,
It's like the
the
people who
exact,
complained when film started to use a
method I
digital
use to
medium,
draw determines the
like,
skill
to
of
touch
the
up
art.
film. All movies now have a digital medium. They're all done through that.
I remember recently,
And
didn't you
it's-
put like a live picture of yourself?
It's
in your
people when
comic
it first
for
started to happen, when
art
people
hero scene?
first started to use a digital medium
You
for
didn't
film.
draw that part.
They complained about it. They're like, "Fuck that! Film's gotta stay pure. We can't use digital stuff." And now everybody uses it now. That's what Chris is doing. He's just complaining about the future,
With a tablet or a mouse versus hand drawn, is that you see more personality with the pen marking
Personality,
and color and marker coloring
more like
versus
you can see all the errors he made because Chris doesn't sketch his work first and does it in pen on the first draft, and he never redoes a page, and he always does it on the first draft first because the first draft
fans can't be wrong. I mean, not a
is
single one of them have ever,
what he does it.
said anything.
well,
I heard that Chris has some odd drawing style, like he holds his pen all fucked up. Yeah, he holds his pen so fucked up that I tried holding it for like 2 seconds and hurt my hand.
letters
And I already hold my pen weird.
from the same person, one handwritten and one computer typed and printed. Which one do you think would
Okay.
have more personality that
Okay.
would appeal to you better?
Even if Chris is trying to say
I
that
honestly
hand-drawn
don't
art
remember the
has a
last
bit
time
more
anyone wrote me
personality,
a handwritten
which I
letter.
fucking hate hearing because that's what
I
my...
don't remember the last time
I have an old art teacher at my college, right? And I took a painting class with her, and she hates any form of digital art. She hates anything that isn't a portrait or a landscape of something that you can physically see.
Yes, but
Like doing a great digital
yes,
picture of like a hellish landscape with like demons and shit is not good. She fucking hates it. She fucking hates it.
And there's more character.
And she's like, no, it doesn't have any character, personality, because it's not hand drawn. You can't touch it. You can't smell it. They didn't, do it with their hands. And I'm like, fuck. It's the same thing that Chris is doing here. It's frustrating,
You see it everywhere because it works.
But anyway, the thing about Chris here, I gotta rant on this a little bit. The thing about Chris here is okay. If you'd like to say that there's a little bit more personality, there's a little bit more personality in a hand-drawn style using actual materials, okay? You can do that. You can say that, maybe, You can be like, oh, I can't quite replicate this technique with digital as well. Sure, you can go ahead and say that, but you can't say that and at the same time use doo-doo poop materials. You can't color with Bic pen and Crayola model magic marker fucking model Crayola fucking model. You can't use Crayola markers, okay? You just can't. You just can't say that. It's like it's like McDonald's complaining about, like, you know, classy food not being, you know, down to earth like a burger. You know, like it's like fucking Ronald McDonald walking into goddamn fucking French Paris restaurant and be like, oui, your fucking snail's escargot doesn't have any, you know, personality or charm like a good old American burger. And then he whips out a McDonald's burger, which is just made of, like, chicken asshole and bone, and he's like, like, this is the good shit. Like, you know, you just can't. You just can't. Am I saying Crayola's bad? Nah. I'm just saying there's better shit that he could be using. If Chris says that Crayola is the be-all, end-all to best markers, nah. Isn't acrylic the kind that you used in school art class? No, I took a painting class that was oil paints.
I mean, I just...
It was an oil paints
I kind of
class.
want to go back to, I understand it can be difficult to, you know, to get to your computer and upload things, you know, in a timely fashion. Sometimes you're not at your computer, things like that. But, I mean, you know, Sonic is your franchise. A lot of fans I know are getting kind of,
man.
you know, fed up that you don't have pages uploaded every day.
Chris doesn't have pages
Sonic
ever uploaded ever.
It's your franchise, right? I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff going on in my day too, but I make sure to get at least 1 or 2 pages uploaded every day.
Crayola is good if you're not serious, in my opinion. The fact of the matter is that Chris says that he is probably one of the best artists on the planet. He says that he's top quality, only uses top quality materials.
It's just a recommendation.
Chris uses a children's toy as his drawing studio.
That's all I'm saying.
A child's toy that is not even produced anymore.
I am drawing the pages, and like I said, I cannot help it if I can't upload on some days, but at least I do upload them in the bulk on when I can upload.
You know, for a while for a couple months, you were uploading most every day, weren't you? I mean, has your schedule gotten busier recently?
Chris's schedule never gets busy.
Earlier. And with that, it was hard for me to readjust my schedule.
You know, Chris,
it's hard for me to readjust my schedule of wake up, eat fast food, play video games all day. It's really hard for me to find time out of my day for when what I'm doing is waking up and playing video games every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
anyway,
I know
I've
that you're
had
losing
my
fans.
schedule around, and I just haven't been able to get it in sync.
Oh
yet.
man.
What's, if I may ask, has something been going on that's kind of throwing your schedule for a loop? I mean, you haven't made videos in the past couple of days, but, you know...
He's too busy eating nuggies. I know, right?
Fairly frequently, mostly attacking me.
I can't draw my comic book that I'm saying is my entire life and career and what will make me a billionaire because I have to play Little Big Planet and make videos where I scream at people.
No, but, you know, if you...
And I gotta find my heart suite by getting banned from places, so I can't even go anywhere anyway. Bud, waiting for my Amazon food to ship to my house takes a lot of time out of my day, you know? Stuffing your snooping is as usual, Christian.
I'm saying you shouldn't be using the camera. You shouldn't be making videos.
My Little Big Planet, though.
Do you know why I haven't made any videos, Chris? Because I don't have time. I'm uploading pages.
Because he's uploading... Yeah.
That and I don't want to make death threats to people on the internet. That's not...
When you spend your day making death threats on the internet...
I mean, you know,
snooping is as usual. Then you don't have time to draw your comic book, you know?
Like I said, you started as my inspiration, and a couple months later, you became my troll. I know you have trolls. You know, it sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks to have people attacking you like that.
I
And
will.
then you became
I
my
will.
troll.
I will. You know, how about you just tell Mal that if you just, I'll leave y'all alone. Let y'all do your thing. Y'all take your ads off my website.
That's just not a that's not a sound business move for me, Chris. Those ads are bringing in a lot of viewers.
Let me, let me hear
Do your
Chris.
thing.
Let me
How about you just tell?
let me hear Chris do that. Let me hear Chris whimper and whine. Chris is completely defeated. He doesn't have anything to do. Alec just hits him with the, you know what, you're being a dick. You're being a dick. And you should, you know, you were my inspiration, now you're being a dick to me for no reason, you know. And Chris doesn't know what to do, he just does this.
You know, how about you just tell Mal that if you just, I'll leave y'all alone.
Going into
Let y'all
Makara.
do your thing.
Get out of here! Fucking
Y'all.
Makara.
Take your ads off my website.
That's just not a sound business move for me, Chris. Those ads are bringing in a lot of viewers.
So put them on another website.
Well, what if that website tells me that, you know, they don't want them there? Then should I move to another website and then another and then another? Mal's job is to bring up fans for me. That's what he's doing, and he's doing it well. And that's why I keep
Mal never asked me before he put anything up there or before he
let's
paid
say-
off Jack Thaddeus.
Let's say that I get real big, right? Let's say that my channel's got like 1 million subscribers, and all I do is spout memes out of my meme hole.
I was never there to witness.
Which is
that
my mouth
monetary
before you go drawing a fan
transaction.
art of
I
my
was never there
fantastic
for that
ass.
whole
But let's say all I do is just spout memes
No,
out of my goddamn mouth, right? And somebody makes a wiki page
You
for
don't
me.
own that site.
I don't own that. That is not my
Money for
wiki.
ads
I do
don't
not
keep
own that
site
wiki
up. That's my understanding.
because I did not make it. Okay?
Actually, you're
Chris
wrong.
thinks
You
that
see,
the person
Mal
who made it,
gave that
it doesn't matter.
2,000
Because it's about
euros
Chris, he
directly
owns it.
to Jack
You know?
Thaddeus. And Jack Thaddeus
He doesn't
actually
seem
put
to
that
understand that.
2,000
Chris thinks
euros
that he can say,
into the Wikipedia
he can
fund.
say, fuck you, get your ads out of here because this is my
Mal
site. What
never
he doesn't
saw his
understand
money
is that it's
in the Wikipedia fund.
it's
It
not
just went
his.
straight to Jack.
That's the main thing here. Chris cannot acknowledge that something about him is not his.
I'm not really sure. You know,
So what you're saying
I've
is
never
to
spoken
make you a
Jack.
wiki,
I don't
right,
know
Tony?
about
I don't know, man. Go
stuff,
for it.
but, you know,
How long have we been in
I
this?
kinda
Oh,
like
we are
to help you out.
about
Honestly,
33
but
minutes in.
I'm still a little.
Another 5
I'm a
minutes.
little miffed that you know, even after we had a pretty good talk last time, but you still kept going with this whole niche business. I mean, you took my character and altered him. And, you know, you say that I didn't get permission to sonnet
Spill
you.
memes
You
out
didn't
of my
get
meme
permission to
hole.
use
Baby.
Astrid you either.
Yeah, well,
Or
Some
Diamond Shoe. I
memes.
almost forgot to mention that. Evan wanted me to talk to you about that, about using Simon Shoe.
There we go.
You know, Simon Shoe was his creation, and he used that without permission. And
Yeah,
he's
but
asked you
still.
several times to get rid of Simon Shoe and Simone La or whatever her female form is.
If only
Yeah,
he
well,
could
yeah,
see
but-
into the future
yeah,
that
but
Chris
actually,
takes Simone La
was
back.
never really
That he
inspired
takes
from
Simone La
Simon
back.
Shoe.
And
I took
then
the original Rose Shoe, I
fucking
changed her
just
to
has her be a mom.
brown color, gave her the complexion, added an armadillo shell, and then a few drills in appropriate places. Even
So
even-
kind of like how I took a Sonic and made him yellow and gave him a.
One more time!
ground color.
Chris says, no, it's my character because I took that character and, like, made it a girl with tits,
And
so
then
it's
a
mine
few
now.
drills in appropriate places. Even
You're the figure around
So
here.
kind of like how I took a Sonic. and
Kind
made
of
him
like how I
yellow
took a
gave him
Sonic and made it
goatee
yellow
black
and made it a goatee, and now
Yeah.
I'm calling it you know,
Thus was born after.
fucking I'm calling it Asperchu.
And you
It's the
thought
same
it was
fucking
weird.
thing.
Just happened to be. Is that kind of what you're going for?
The hypocrisy from
Why did
Chris
you
is
say that to
absolutely
Evan?
astounding.
Emailing you for
If I was
a
not
long time.
it would be if I was
told
not
him-
completely
I told
fucking
that in response-
prepared.
In response to one of
Oh
his
my
messages,
god. Tony, did you do your daily ASMR? I don't think I've done ASMR on a Chris Chan stream in quite a long time. So I guess we can do it at the end of this.
Let's see, I'm looking at the Simona page on your Wikipedia here. You say that, I'll just read what it says here. About on or before August 26, 2008, I received an email from Evan George submitting his Sonichu fan art to me, then later submitted his idea for Simon Chu. It did not strike me as good at first, but for a few months I wanted to create a ground type. So from Simon Chu, I created Simona Rose Chu. That's on the Simona article on your Wikipedia.
What's funny about this is that after this, Chris goes into that same, wiki article and completely changes everything about it so that it says that he created Simone Love from the beginning and that he never heard about Simon Chu and fuck. When are you gonna stream Overwatch again?
This, but I really think this
I'm not
is
quite
evidence
sure.
that you should get rid of
Tony, can we
Simon Chu
skip
and
this
Simone
saga?
Love.
It's quite boring.
Write
You
'em
gotta
out.
get through all of it, my bud. You don't
The
get to
facts
pick and
are right there,
choose.
Chris.
actually, that was not fair. I typed it in like that because Evan was badgering me as such, and it just stuck in my head. It just pretty much stuck when I typed that in originally.
Why would that just stick in your head? Why would that happen? Why would it stick in your head unless it's true?
You know,
You know, that's not the actual backstory for Simone the Jew, because, he was just being a dick and telling me to make it that, so I did, and it's totally not true, and I didn't steal anything, and he just told me to put that, and I just did it because he was badgering me, and,
fuck. That doesn't even sound remotely believable. Like, I get it. Chris lies. That's his thing. But he's so bad at it. He's so bad. That's all he does is just lie, and none of it even makes logical sense. At all. Like, at all. Fuck. It's just like, I always had an idea to fucking do this, and it was always my character, and I didn't just put tits on your character and call it mine. It's fucking dumb. Like, fuck! Like, Jesus. This is like one of the worst lie attempts I've seen from Chris, and it just fucking drives me nuts.
Well, then you kind of
Christ.
lied about it to people, didn't you? I mean, because everyone else thinks that that's the honest truth.
Well, I can change that and fix it.
Doesn't matter. You already established it.
Chris thinks that if he changes something in the Sonichu canon, like let's say Chris was to right now write on the Wikipedia, Sonic is blue and not yellow. Chris expects everybody to just completely adjust to that and not question it, and that's exactly how it is. And not only does he believe that you have to adjust to that, but he believes that you have to then admit that it was always like that. When Chris retcons something or rewrites something, he tells everybody that no, it's always been that way. Even when you can present evidence that says no, Sonichu's yellow, he's yellow right here, Chris will be like, nope, it's always been blue, fuck you. That's what he does. He just assumes other people are so stupid that they will believe that. Be nice to Nightbot, Golden. You better be nice to Nightbot. Nightbot is a Cinnabon, and you will be nice to him. He is adorable and cuddly, and he just wants to give people links and notice them. And he doesn't notice you because you're a rude boy to him. Chris's stand, poker face, all stats are D stand power. It's to tell lies. You know, there actually is a stand that kind of does that. It kind of reminds me of that. It's a cheap trick.
He has the copyright for something.
Which it hangs onto your back and whispers in your ear, and if somebody looks at your back, then it rips your back open and you die, and then it goes on to the other person's back who saw your back.
Write 'em out.
And it's just kind of like the whispering in your ear thing, like whispering like shit.
Think about it.
That reminds me of what you just said, Chris's stand. It would be.
I'm just trying to give you advice, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't want to see litigation come out of this.
He's trying to give Chris advice, and Chris doesn't know what the fuck to do.
I'm tired right now.
Okay, well maybe I'll let you go. You have a good night, Chris.
All right. All right. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
That is a lot of Pro Jared. Jesus. It's funny. You notice how Alec says goodbye and then Chris says goodbye and leaves? You'll notice, like, when Chris is, like, completely defeated, he'll just fucking, like, bounce. He'll just be like, oh, bye, or, like, just hang up and just leave. Had Alec kept talking for another minute or so, I think Chris would have done that. Cheap's trick is a very terrifying stand, to be honest. You know, it seems so shitty, but at the same time, it's kind of useful in its own weird way. Why do you have so many Pro Jareds? You know, I don't know. I could not tell you, to be honest. Oh, man. Those moves are huge.
Hey, Chris.
Let's go to call
Alec.
3.
How are you doing?
Hi, Alec. Yeah. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm expecting a call in
Yeah, Chris will just hang up.
a couple of minutes, so...
Chris will just hang up all the time.
Okay, well, what else is on your mind?
Is it fan art time? No, we
so
have
you made
one
an
more
apology
call,
video.
10-minute call.
So,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Some huge
Yeah,
moves.
I'm a little concerned that maybe you didn't cover all the points that I talked to you about.
You guys just want to snuggle into
think,
those moves?
Well, you did apologize, but
Could
not
you just
really sure that
imagine,
people are
like,
gonna understand exactly
you
what
just slide your
you were
face between those
apologizing for?
moves, and you just, like, sleep on it like a
'Cause
pillow?
You mentioned just like,
but, like,
you said,
as
I
you're sleeping
apologize
into
for
it,
some of the things I
like,
said.
the grease from the moves seeps
mean?
into, like, your hair, you know? Like, and then your hair starts to fuse with the
I'll make it
moves.
more specific if
Like, your
you
hair
want.
fuses
Stay
into
go
them,
along with the video.
and you're just stuck there. Like, you're permanently
I'll
stuck
take
in
that-
those
I'll
moves.
take that.
That's why Chris's moves always get
I'll
bigger.
take that
Chris will
tomorrow.
grab people, like, at the mall, or, like, in a parking lot, and he'll pull them into his moves.
Like we were talking about Evan yesterday.
And
I think it
then,
would be a good idea to
and then
mention
it'll
him
absorb you.
specifically in the apology
and
video.
at first it'll start from your head, right? And then you'll start seeping in.
Okay, but Simone left.
Like, that's what happens. Like, you can struggle, but that just makes it go faster.
between you and Evan, but
They
as
just
far as I know,
consume you.
he's-
You just
he's
seep
not gonna be
into
happy
the
with that.
moves.
Yeah, well, I'm just. You can relay that to him.
I can
Oh
know,
man,
but
move vor. That's it.
like I said, I think you should really hammer it out with him.
I don't know. I'm getting conflicting feelings. Like I'm
Because, you
getting
know, like I said,
one
it
person
is
writing,
on a quick
"I'm
bit,
so
you
wet
can
now," and then I got the person directly underneath them
so,
writing, "Stop."
as a direct.
So what you're telling me is that you want me to keep
inspiration
going,
from Simon Chu.
or
Right.
Yeah.
I'll fix that tomorrow as well.
Well, like I said, Chris, you can't really go back and change history. What's there is there.
this is really a follow up on the last call. He's just telling Chris you
You know
can't.
what I mean?
You can't
I
just go
understand
back.
You said that it was that you were making fun of Evan with that, but I mean, you wrote it as if it was true.
Actually, I never was making fun of anybody with that.
Well, I thought you said yesterday that you meant it as a mockery of Evan.
Yeah, Chris will say, "Oh, it's a
Did
mockery
not.
of Evan," and then he'll be like, "Oh, that's rude," and Chris will be like, "No, it was never a mockery
Okay,
at
so
all."
why then,
Chris,
does the Simone article
any
say
sort of
that it was
phone
inspired
call
by
that
Evan
is
Gordon?
done with Chris. Tony, please notice me.
Well,
Already
that's
noticed
it.
you, bud.
Be corrected,
You can't
and I will
unmove
correct it
yourself. No, the thing
tomorrow.
you will
Okay,
notice about
I'm
Chris
asking
in these calls that you don't really get to
why was there in
experience
the
in
first
just
place,
normal
though.
Chris videos is that Chris just bends at any form of conflict. He just
You know what I mean? Because this is
He just
causing
bends.
huge, hubbub.
you
And it's
confront
just-
him.
Yes, well,
kinda sucks.
anyway,
He just he fucking
be corrected.
he just fucking like
Okay,
tries
but
to
that doesn't
lie
change the
or
fact
go
that
out of it. He'll try to back out. He'll
use
try to
Simon
hang
Chu
up.
as
He'll try to do
inspiration. I'm just
anything
trying
to
warn
not
Chris.
acknowledge
Right.
what you're saying.
You've been.
That's
You know-
just what he does.
I'd like to kind of talk about me a little bit. I think I've been talking to you about.
That's because
your
he's
issues
spineless
quite
as shit.
enough,
He's
honestly.
very
If you don't mind,
spineless.
I'd like to bring up.
He's
I'm a little
very,
anxious.
very spineless.
For a number of reasons.
Would you say that Chris
You've
is
been
kind of a
calling me
cuck, Tony? I
naive.
wouldn't quite call him a cuck.
Our past couple of conversations, and as I understand, you
'Cause you have to,
consider
like,
that to be, one of the worst
have someone to get
insults
cucked by,
that
you know?
a person can call someone, but yet you use it on
It
me.
is my least
Repeated.
It is my least favorite word of all time.
Did you just ask a Nightbot to
Well, why
notice
did
you,
feel
and then
it was
ask me to
appropriate
notice
use
you
it
after?
on me?
Boyo, that's just rude.
Because,
I don't consider
because, because you do not have
No,
as
but I do
much
notice everybody.
experiences as
A lot of people wonder, do I read all these comments? I do read all these comments.
You do not have a
When it's a
page
call, when
as
it's a call like
private as
this,
yours
and
is
I don't have
now.
anything to look at, I just look at the
A
chats
mockery.
and hear Chris in
Really?
my ear.
It seems to
never
me
read-
the Wikipedia
never
itself
had
has turned
book-
to a page to slander me. What do you have to say about that?
What do you have to say about that, Chris?
I did not understand that last statement.
It seems that the Wikipedia itself is turning into a website to mock and derail me.
Yes.
I saw your Mailbag 50 that you uploaded, which was, an idea.
What is going on in this call? He is confronting Chris about Chris using the
and as far as I
Wikipedia
can
to
tell,
insult
The entire
him.
purpose of that mailbag was just to talk about how much I suck. and how much
Chris
better
did
you
a
are.
mailbag,
Is that really
basically,
what you want?
and made a quickie article about
Because
Alec
I-
Benson Leary, the guy on the other end of this call, to say how much of a piece of shit Alec is, and Alec calls Chris up, and he confronts him about it, and he says, what the fuck is this about?
Others are still loyal to me.
Let's hear this. So he says, Chris, what the fuck is that about? Why are you being such a fucking dick? And this is Chris's response.
You are me. Is that really what you want your mailbags
Part
to
of
be?
the way. Part of the way, but those messages are actually real. And they have come from a Sonic Youth fan forum. Others are still loyal to me. And they actually
Okay.
felt that way.
All right, but it's not totally representative of all your letters when you only have letters talking about how bad my comic is.
Yes, but you see, for one thing, you don't go off topic with issues like
That's just bad form. Like when you're complaining about someone else's work,
How can you go off?
like especially if they're better than
Because
you.
people are just asking you general questions. There really wasn't a.
And especially if it's basically like your two
People ask you
your
questions
two
about
competitions, like
subjects
it
maybe that are a
almost
little
always
offensive to you, but that's
looks
just 'cause they want
really
evidence.
dumb when it's so legitimate. Like when Sega did that commercial where it's, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Like that's like being cheeky, and their whole advertisement campaign is like they're edgy and cool, and Sonic's cool, and that's their thing. Like that's kind of funny.
What?
But like when Chris is just like, nah, Alex is gay, and I hate him, and he's a fuckboy. Come watch my shit; it's better. Like it just makes you look bad. It's just bad form. Like,
Could you give me an example?
It's just
of
bad
a question
form.
That's a little too complex. I'm just curious.
Oh, Alec is saying.
Any one of the letters I had.
Alec is saying, Chris, why do you edit the letters, or why do you just ignore most of your letters? Chris is saying if the question is too complex, then he won't answer it. Essentially, if Chris is confronted in a question, if a question says, why are you deleting letters, Chris will then delete that letter because he doesn't want to be confronted.
Well, that's a little
The
inconvenient.
one mailbag, I've always mailbags. Becomes obvious, any time before I entered and edited it.
Like, well, I can just come up with a general topic, I guess.
It's a
as an
battle of the
example.
Jesuses in the
People have been
chat.
asking you,
Every time, I think the most Jesuses I've ever had in my chat was 3. But whenever there's more than one Jesus in my chat,
about the Raichu being a male,
they
and
always
things like
just
that.
fight for like an hour until I
I know you
eventually
said
just
that.
declare the winner, and I usually always pick the same Jesus, based entirely on their profile picture,
Well,
which is the one that I see
I
first.
take your word for it. I don't
So
get it.
this happens a
get
lot.
into that 'cause
There's a
we
lot
got-
of Jesus
we were all
fighting
down
in my
last time,
streams.
so.
Only here can I say there's at most 3 Jesuses in my
I
stream.
think that you seem to get stressed out when people tell you how much they like my comic. Now, if I were in your shoes, I would take that as a compliment because my comic was inspired by your work. But you seem to think it's a bad thing that people like me at all. You seem to want people to hate me.
Yeah, that's,
You know-
that's another thing. they confuse your character, Asperger. They're saying that
I would be
my
flattered
character
if somebody
was-
said, "Oh, Tony, I
have
started
to
doing
know
live
that
streams and I
it's
started
my
making
character,
videos
your
because of
character.
you." Like, I'd be
Well, I don't
super
want some
flattered,
people to think
you
that.
know?
I understand that, definitely. I've been telling people, Asperchu is original.
That'd be
but he's
super
not related
nice.
To you or Sonichu.
I don't know,
anyway.
like,
So,
Chris is too stupid
we
to
can't reach everyone.
realize that, of course,
Definitely
Asperchu
fine.
is a joke, you know, to make
People
fun of
keep-
him.
People still, to this day, write me and
From
think that
from what
Asperchu
Alec
is
is saying is that
character.
it's meant to be nice and,
It's
you
just
know,
not the case.
to honor Chris and sort of.
So I do understand.
So
your
Chris should take that as a compliment and then be like, yeah, Asperchu's cool, you guys should check it out. Then none of this would have happened.
Anyway, listen, I gotta go. I'm expecting that call.
Well-
I'll talk to you.
Tony, I started doing videos to show that I'm better at you than Hoonie
All right,
Pop, you know?
I do have one quick.
I'm not a
question.
Hoonie Pop master, I don't know what to tell you.
When I talk to you, you usually want me to call you right about 9:30.
People should be
is that
flattered,
right?
you know?
But usually I try to call you then and you don't answer. Is that still a good time to talk to you?
I am going to be making videos about Christian because
Yeah,
of
but
you.
I'm saying the quick
That's really
video,
nice.
in that case,
That's like
I-
super nice to
I
hear,
get my
honestly.
Okay.
I'm
phone.
genuinely
Last
happy
night-
that I was able to inspire another person
last
to
night
go out
actually-
and
I
do
actually
something
was
as cool as make a
updating the
video.
Wikipedia.
Video making is cool and it's fun. And it's nice to see other people be happy,
well,
you
I've
know?
tried to call you several nights before that as well. And got no
I'm
answer.
glad. I say this all the time. If you guys ever draw pictures
I
or
know you
fan
wanna
art or
upload
make
it.
videos or do whatever, just like post it and I will look at
I
it.
know you weren't uploading pages.
I always look at that.
I actually was uploading.
So that's great. I'm glad.
Well, last night, not the previous several nights.
Yes, but it was still 2 pages a day, 3 days. There you go.
I still got to recommend that you try for consistency over just bulk quantity. Chris.
Yeah, well, my biological clock has been.
My biological clock has been changed, so I can't do my
I have
work.
to
Why is it
reschedule
changing? Is there some big change in your schedule? I mean, have you started a job or anything? Because sometimes that does it.
I've just been crashing earlier. I usually would stay up till I used to stay up till about 4 o'clock. Now it's like I'm crashing before midnight.
What does that
Well,
even
that's still
matter?
pretty, late. I mean,
Chris
I usually
says
go to
his
bed.
biological clock is different. He goes to sleep at different times.
I still
That
get
shouldn't
paid.
affect his ability to do the comics. It's not
Yeah,
even a
yeah, I'll
legitimate
talk to
excuse
that.
that he could use, you know? It's not even close to a legitimate excuse that he could be using. My god. It's insane. Ensuring the dankest memes. I do like dank memes. Alright, boys. It is time for fan art. Who's got some fan art? Who posted some fan art right now? Someone drew a sketch of this. Ooh. By Peepee. Ooh, what's this? Notices your bulge. Ooh. Look at these moobs. Look at that vor. Oh man, you guys ready for some fan art? You guys ready? No, Tony, I'm not done. What's the Discord? Oh, you don't know what the Discord is? Discord, if you go to my website that is on the screen right now, that will take you to my website, which has tons of links. Pull it up right here. And in these links is a Discord server, which you can join. And it's pretty fucking cool. I hang out on it sometimes. So, ooh, what's this? So, if this is how you post fan art, if you're wondering. Ooh, tons of fan art today. Jeebus. Alright. Did you draw this? Alright. Hold on. Oh yes, we also have the ASMR. You know what, how about I do the ASMR while whoever... If you guys need a little bit more time to finish your drawings, then please, I will give you time. Did that just open 2 pictures of Lucky? It did. That's one too many pictures of Lucky. Alright. Golden artist drawing people urinating once again. Because she is obsessed with urination. Alright, boys. What would you like for the ASMR? Wait, Tony, did you do the calls yet? No, okay, so because it was the 30th episode and Christmas, I started the Alec calls. We are not done with all the Chris Chan videos, and we are not getting to the calls until we do that. This is a special occasion. So, all right, boyos, let's go ahead and do ASMR. What would you guys like me to say? Crack dick. Oh man, Tony, end the Jesus fight, please. Oh, which one is the real Jesus? It's the one that's called Jesus Christ. There. The one that said, Tony will prove that I am the real Jesus. That's it. It's him. He wins for today.
I'm real! I'm a real boy!
Alright. I'm the real Jesus. Alright, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say here? Oh man, oh snap. Oh man, what can I say? I don't even know. Granddad.
Oh. My name is Koichi Hiroshi, age 14. And I'm about to go in fucking high school because it's a fucking tough time.
I wish I knew that by heart. Say, I hate you, John Smith. Not Jon Snow. Just say penis. Like the guy on Mission Hill. I've never seen Mission Hill, so I don't know. I hate you, John Smith. You're a fuck. Alright. What a beautiful duang. Was that good? True. True. Oh man. I love that movie vor. Alright, hold on. I have to pull up an image if I'm gonna say that one. Hold on. This will be the last one. Hold on. I need to pull up the image where he says it so I can say it properly. Back when I was a kid, you know Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, right? I saw it in an art book. When I saw Mona Lisa's hands folded by her knee. How do I say this? It's a bit crude, but I got a boner. Alright, there you go. What a beautiful duang. Alright, let's see if there's more fan art. What have you guys posted? Notice me, senpai. Oh, gotta drag that over there to the right window. Chew. What is this? Oh, I remember this stream. Why is it not posting it in the right place? Okay, what is left? I think that's it. I think we're set to go. Alright. Fan art is closed. Time for us to actually look at this. We already looked at this before. Oh man, who is that? It's got a dress, so I think it's a grill. Is it you? Do you want to be absorbed into the moobs? What does that one guy say? Zoo word? Is that right?
I hate pickles on my burger.
Do I send fan art on your website? No, you send fan art through my Discord server, which you can get to from my website. My website has links to every single sort of social media that I use. So, fan art's closed. All fans get out of the pool. So yeah, you send it on my Discord server. That's how it works. Zawaldo. Oh, I love this picture. I don't know if I showed this on stream, but I do love this picture. This is an oldie, but a goodie. This is a picture of me, Nickelodeon sliming the chat. I'm gonna slime ya, chat. The JakeBolt.tumblr. Jake putting that sweet advertisement. Why, Tony? Daddy, yes, Daddy, no. Slime me, Daddy. Normie. Honey senpai. Guy. Taking drugs again, guy? Oh man, if you guys don't know what this is, it's I told a story about how I went to John Nickelodeon's house and slimed his whole family on Thanksgiving. I think this was when I did this is when I did a live stream with Stefan. I think he popped into my room while I was streaming something. Or maybe he was just already there and we streamed together. And I told the story of me sliming John Nickelodeon, the owner and founder of Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon slimed his whole family. Ooh. Stardust combo. Bowel tendency. Taint gash blood. Amnifest ring is unbreakable. You got the first 4, boyo. Now you gotta get the other. You gotta get golden showers. Ball. I don't know how you make Steel Ball Run like any more sensual, you know? Steel Ball Run. Stone Ocean. You gotta do Stone Ocean, Golden Showers, Steel Ball Run, and fuck, I can't remember off the top of my head the last one. Why did it open twice? It's time for an ASMR. Stream Chan. Is that me? It's pretty good. Man. That's like actually what I have. I'm a skinny guy, so I have those bones right there. Jojo Lion, yeah, thank you. Jojo Lion. I always forget that it's called Jojo Lion. Damn, I actually do have those. This is actually pretty, this whole like from the neck down is like entirely accurate. That's like how I look. But yeah, this is good. I like it. It's sensual. I like my nose. The nose is good. That hair concerns me. It's a lot of hair. I got a haircut though. My hair isn't as long as it used to be. Boobies by Phantasmal the Batrium. Kyrie, why are you eating cardboard while I'm streaming? She's hungry. She's a hungry chinchilla. I do like those. Some spooky shit. I should have given you guys a warning. Chill boy. The chillest boy. Technically, that should say Chill Boy Supreme on it. Actually, that's your. Yeah, you're purple. You're not a chill boy. Golden. You're a Chill Boy Supreme. That's almost right though. It's pretty good though. That's the golden artist. I can tell because it says Chill Boy. Somebody drew me as Hitler. Yes, Christian. We can we slow that down? I assume that you're having me do that. You're making me Hitler because I like to slow the streams down just for fun. Tony, did you watch the latest JonTron? I do not have time to watch videos. And I don't think I've watched a JonTron video in a very, very long time. Like, multiple months. No, God, stop. Stop it, Daddy. No more. No, fuck this. Kill me. User has left. Nightbot. Oh, no, you don't. User has returned. That's my favorite part. That Nightbot has that. I also like the details. You got the little spiky things that I have. You got the little logo. It's got... This is what my old shit... Now I just have the website that has all the links. I used to have every link on there individually. All of those links that are on here that you did actually would still work exactly how you drew them, which is nice. Oh God, no more.
Yeah. Ooh, what's this?
Oh man. MLP for life. This is a user from these streams. Am I gonna watch the Emoji Movie? Bruh, I'm gonna have my birthday party at the Emoji Movie opening ceremony, actually. When it premieres on the red carpet, I'm gonna have my birthday party there, and everybody's invited. Except for Carl. Fuck Carl! Fuck him! Piece of shit. Minecraft sword. Oh man. I guess, I don't know exactly how I would comment on this. Because I'm not the user that is being drawn. I wish Worse Than You was here to comment on it. That would be awfully nice. Also, I don't know what's up. Kira, I don't know what you're doing. Like, if you're into diapers, don't put your diapers in the same frame, like, as your fan art. I don't know, it just seems a little weird. Like, I don't need to know that you got a diaper thing going on, but this just looks like this is a diaper. Chat, can we get a consensus? Can we get a consensus on this? Can we all agree that this is obviously diaper? This is diaper down here. This is a pile of diapers. Like, you know, come on. What else could it be? It vaguely looks like it might be sheets, but that's definitely a pair of diapers. Like, I am worse than you. Oh, there we go. That works. Bork, bork, bork. Borkity bork. Lucko boy. Oh man, you got him in his sweater too. He kind of looks like an Eevee. It's confirmed. Diaper. Diaper confirmed. Oh man. Could be a bed. Nah, it's definitely a diaper. Diaper confirmed. We confirmed it's a diaper. Oh man. Lucky's not here to look at this picture of him. Nah, he went upstairs. Oh man, I like this. This is good. It looks like an Eevee. Lucky is the best boy. He's such a handsome doggo. He got a haircut and he looks super snazzy. Damn. Damn, dude, that's a sensual tree. Official Corrupted Gaming Show Christmas tree. For Medic Robot. Oh man. That's a huge ass thong. But it's not really like, it's not long. It's just like, it's like big, you know? It looks like there's like a cheese wheel in there. Is there gonna be another stream after this? I do not think so. Damn, dude, like the dick is not that big on this tree, but the balls are huge, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, the buff boy. Looks like a vag zoomed out. What is going on with my legs over here? Is that like because like my tummy? Is that my tummy? It's my tummy because it's got a belly button. Is it because my dick is over here? Like I like it though. Ooh. Son of a god. For Dingo the Wolf. Oh man. I do like that Jesus symmetry. Symmetry in the back. Oh man. That's Santa summoning Christ. I don't know. I just always assume whenever people do fan art and they just draw a character with a beard and glasses, I always just assume it's me. Oh man. Mistletoe Mystery Kiss for B-Roy. The step stool. Is that the inside of the booth? Like you go in for a mystery kiss and you just kiss a dick? Yuck. Is that it? I do like the butt cheeks on this. It is for B-Roy, so I'll zoom in really close so B-Roy can see the butt. So B-Roy can see that butt. Because apparently it's for you. I'm doing Christmas cards, I assume. Son of a bitch. Oh man. Merry Corrupted Christmas. I do like that. That is pretty adorable. You know, if somebody made me like a Christmas tree topper that was this, I'd put it up there. I'm not kidding. I totally would. And this is a lovely picture of Stray Cat. Creepy powered doodles. Stray Cat is such a weird stand. And also stand user, kinda. It's pretty weird. But I do like Stray Cat a lot. Stray Cat is fucking cool. And it's well drawn. I do like the shading. Shading everywhere is nice. And I do like the blush. Top tier. Cat nose, very subtle, very good. Good shit. Alright boys, I hope you enjoyed those Alec calls. I know they were a little longer. All the Alec calls after that are fairly short, so we'll just breeze through them. Thank you guys for joining me on this stream. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next stream. Bye.